Too sweet. What's up, the John Squad? This is John Planey here, your YouTube World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion here on YouTube. And now, what a WWE Monday Night Raw we had last night. This is my WWE Monday Night Raw review for May 30th, 2016. That's right. Let's get things going here. I'll put my belt down, and I wrote everything on paper during the whole program. I wrote it down on paper. Let's see. So, we kick off the Monday Night Raw in Green Bay, Wisconsin, with a Memorial Day service with 10 bell rings to honor the veterans and the women that fought in the war. So then, what comes out? Shane McMahon comes out first, and he does his little dance on top of the stage, and then so does Stephanie McMahon comes out in this. They welcome everybody to Monday Night Raw, and they talk about SmackDown going live July 19th. That's going to air every Tuesday nights. It's going to be live. Then the New Day come out and they talk about SmackDown going live, and they're nervous about them getting split and breaking up, and they think that Stephanie is dodging answers from them. So what happens next is that the New Day's like all panicking and stuff, and Stephanie's dodging their answers. Shane McMahon's telling them they don't know what's gonna questionable and what's gonna happen. But then Stephanie and Shane McMahon have a dance off. The New Day planned that. And I think that's perfect right there. So Shane McMahon does a good little dance. Then Stephanie McMahon gets involved and wants to dance, but the Vaudevillains come out, and then that leads to a match. So the first match on the night on Monday Night Raw we have is the Vaudevillains versus the New Day. And the match ends in a DQ because Carl Anderson and and Luke Gallows come out and attack Xavier Woods. Then Kofi Kingston gets attacked, and they attack Big E, and they just lay the New Day out, and those two guys are stand tall. And then the second match on Raw we have is the Usos. When I say Us, you say Us, Us. You know what to do. Versus Breeze Dango. The winner of that match is the Usos. After the match, we have a big break that Breeze Dango go over to Goldust and R-Truth go over to the Golden Truth, and they just slap them, and Goldust is saying this. We were just sitting here. I don't know what we did wrong, and so that was pretty funny too. So what happens is that they start to brawl out, but then Golden Truth is standing tall, and that's how the segment ends. Now, the next match we have on Raw is Rusev Crush versus Zack Ryder. You know who the winner of that match is? Rusev. But then Titus O'Neil's coming out and saying that this is USA, and then he punches Rusev, knocks him out right out of the ring, and that's how it ends. So he cuts a promo, Titus O'Neil, and just punches Rusev, which I think he punched him really hard. I know WWE RKO voices, you've been waiting for Titus O'Neil to get his hands on Rusev, and look at that. You got your wish. Yeah, he actually did it for you. Titus O'Neil did it for you on Memorial Day. Huh, that's good. Congratulations. I know you've been wanting that. Because I remember you wrote in that other comments on my SmackDown review about how you want Titus O'Neil to punch Rusev or something like that. So congratulations. Another match you have on Raw is the Dudley Boys versus Enzo and Cass. And the winner of that match is Enzo and Big Cass. SAWFT. Soft. How you doing? How you doing? You have a cup of haters? Of course they would. Now, the next match on Raw we have is Dana Brooks versus Natalya. The winner of that match is Dana Brooks. Now, we had some promos going on tonight, too. Well, you know what I mean. Last night, we had Roman Reigns talks about Seth Rollins, and how he runs away. Well, how he runs away, and that how the Roman Reigns is the guy and Seth Rollins is the man. Seth Rollins comes out and is just taunting Roman Reigns, going up and backstage, up and down the ring, taunting him, gonna run back down there, try to attack him, but no, Rollins does not want to fight him. And he's just backing away from him. He doesn't say anything on the mic, Rollins. He just leaves. Roman Reigns just standing there with the belt, standing tall. Then we had the return of the one and only of John Cena. Now this was epic. This was the most important thing I had to put down in here. He talks about Memorial Day and how he's back on Monday Night Raw, and that it's a new era, and that the new guys of the futures want to face him. Well, they have to go through him. But then AJ Styles comes out. He welcomes back John Cena, and Hubbles was saying it is that he's welcome back and saying he heard a lot of things about Cena and just good things about Cena. But then Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows come out and they talk about how they are going their separate ways, and AJ Styles on their own. So then they're getting ready to fight them, and then boom! AJ Styles just beating down on John Cena with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and the club reforms back together. The club beat down on John Cena, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson, and AJ Styles just beating down on John Cena, beating him down, beat him up. AJ Styles comes out. AJ Styles keeps running back to go beat him up. I think about 4 times he did it. Kept going back to beat him up, and boy, the club is back together. Well, not back together, but the club. And you know, that means this is going to be great too. Sweet! Wow, this is going to be something new. John Cena versus AJ Styles at Money in the Bank. Book it. Now, we had the 6th match on Raw is Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. And that match, and the winner of that match is Baron Corbin, because Dolph Ziggler, before the match starts, puts on his wrestling helmet gear, you know, like the real wrestling that they wear in this, kicks Baron Corbin in the private area, and that ends in a DQ, and Dolph Ziggler gets on mic saying that the winner of the match is Dolph Ziggler, and the loser of the match is Baron Corbin. But Baron Corbin really did win because it ended by no DQ. But oh well, Dolph Ziggler gets himself DQ'd, and that's what happens. Now, the main event on Raw last night we have is Dean Ambrose, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro versus Kevin Owens, Del Rio, and Chris Jericho. And the winner of that match is Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Dean Ambrose, and they're standing tall, and that's how Raw ends, with the 6 Money in the Bank participants wrestling and going at it. So, once again, John Squad, please like this video, leave a comment, and like this comment, and like this video if you're happy that the club are back together. I'm happy too. Too sweet that the club are back together, and I hope you enjoyed my WWE Raw review for May 30th. Hopefully you enjoyed Raw last night. Let me know what you thought about it. I want to know too. I will read your comments and reply back down, but let me know what you thought about WWE Raw. I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. I enjoyed it. And they also showed a WWE 2K17 with Goldberg. You can just pre-order it, and then you can play as Goldberg in the game, so pre-order if you want to. So once again, John Squad, please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more for the club. Woo! Peace. You're all the best. You're one of a kind.